At UC Davis, research is a big part of the undergraduate experience. Whether it is in the sciences or the arts, Davis offers many great opportunities to get involved in all kinds of research, but you need to know how to find them. In this video, we walk you through the process of getting a research position, focusing on labs that are doing studies on neurological diseases. You will learn about how to start searching, how to dress, contacting a professor, and other important do's and don'ts. Finally, we will hear from students who already have research positions and advice from professors we interviewed. The first step of finding a position is figuring out what kind of research you want to do. Even within the field of neurology, there may be certain studies that you find more exciting, or you might prefer clinical research to bench research. One way to start searching is the Aggie Job Links website. There you can browse through listings and see if any available positions interest you. You can narrow down your search by typing in keywords and selecting the position type you want, whether that be paid or an internship. Another option is to look into the research your professors or TAs are doing. If you find a class really interesting, maybe the professor is doing something related in their lab and has some openings. Once you find a study that you want to get involved in, the next step is to contact the professor and ask for an interview. You want to make sure you use a formal and polite tone. Introduce yourself, explain that you are interested in working in their lab, ask for a meeting, and tell them why you would be a good addition to their lab. Now that you are meeting in person, how you dress is very important. This means no short skirts, flip-flops, jeans, tank tops, or t-shirts, or any items that the professor might find inappropriate or unprofessional. When dressing for an interview, business casual is probably a good choice. For men, wear dress shoes, a tucked-in button-down shirt with slacks, and maybe a matching blazer. For women, a business skirt instead of slacks would also work. Make sure the clothes fit properly and are ironed. What you wear to an interview says a lot about you, so be careful when planning your attire. After the interview, remember to send a thank you note within 24 hours. If everything went well, hopefully you will have a new research position.
Hi, my name is Kara. I am a sophomore in the NPB major, and currently I am a researcher's assistant at the Center for Mind and Brain in Davis, and specifically in the neurocognitive lab. At the lab, I pre-process neurological MRI scans in order for them to be later analyzed for a research project. The way I got this position was by contacting a professor last summer and asking if he had any openings in his lab. At the time, the only opening was doing paperwork and preparing charts for patients, but I figured I'd give it a try and make the most of the opportunity by observing the research and different neurological tests that were happening right in front of me while I was filing and doing paperwork. However, I still wanted more hands-on experience, so I went back to the professor, as well as others working on similar projects, and asked questions showing my interest, and eventually got offered the position I am at today. So my advice would be to be persistent and take any opportunity you are given because you never know where it will take you.
Professor Rosenheim, who works with the Department of Entomology and Nematology, does research on insect ecology, focusing on predator-prey and plant-insect interactions. Professor Rosenheim said, "Get involved early, knock on doors, and be persistent. Desire stands out among all other qualities. A motivated student who is more willing to solve problems resiliently will most likely get the position." Professor Albeck, who works with the Department of Molecular and Cellular Biology, does research on cell signaling pathways, trying to come up with a therapeutic treatment for cancer. Professor Albeck said, "Email professors that sound interesting to you. Most labs are looking for someone who is easy to teach, motivated, and interested in the topic of the research." Professor Britt, who works for the Department of Plant Biology, does research on DNA repair and damage response pathways to help modify resistance to environmental toxins. Professor Britt says, "Explain why you're interested in their research. Make it personalized and not like you copied and pasted it. Show that you can think of ideas even if they seem weird or strange."